want to show you something that genuinely surprised me. A few weeks ago, I hadn't spoken to ChatGPT about my business in nearly 2 months. No prompts, no updates, no telling it anything at all. And I decided to run a little test. I asked ChatGPT completely cold, tell me about structured AF. What it came back with stopped me in my tracks, not because it said something generic, but because it knew things, specific things, details about updates I've made to my website and the exact type of business owner I work with, the specific problems I solve, things I had never once typed into ChatGPT. In a moment, I'm going to show you exactly what it said, and more importantly, I'm going to explain why it knew. Because once you understand that, you'll know exactly what you need to do to get the same result for your business. My name is Alex, and I'm the founder of Structured AF, which is a tool that helps coaches, consultants, and course creators become visible to AI search engines. I've spent 30 years in software, and I built this platform specifically because I kept seeing established and brilliant online business owners totally invisible to the AI tools that their clients are already using to find recommendations like you. And if you've been searching for answers on how to show up in ChatGPT, then I want to say something to you up front. Most of the advice out there is not for you. It's for local businesses with a physical address, plumbers, restaurants, shops. It tells you to optimize your Google business profile, collect reviews on Yelp, get mentioned in your local newspaper. None of that applies if you're running an online coaching or consulting business. None of it. So today I want to show you what actually works for service-based businesses like yours. Okay, so here's the prompt that I've put in the notes below, asking ChatGPT what it knows about my business, Structured AF. And as we can see, when I hit enter, it's bringing up, so it's having a good old think about it, isn't it? Okay, so it has found, right, there we go. It's a software platform focused on helping businesses become visible in AI. It's all about AI visibility, JSON, entity graph, data signals. It's identified the correct target audience. It's identified how it works, the marketing angle. It's got the pricing correct, and it's got the legal structure correct. For the next example, I'm just looking at a business I randomly found on Instagram. And let's see what it has to say. Couldn't find any solid, verifiable public footprint. It's guessing that it's a small consultancy or freelancer, but it isn't entirely sure. Thinks it probably exists on social media. It says it usually would. Okay, so we're not getting anything concrete here. Might be confused with similarly named agencies. It could be a course rather than a company. It just hasn't got that absolute data here. So you can see the difference between something that's structured and something which isn't. So here's what's actually happening. AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude and Gemini don't just read your website the way a person does. They're looking for something specific, something called structured data. Now, structured data is a layer of information on your website that describes your business in a format AI can read clearly. Not your blog posts, not your sales copy, but a specific technical layer that says this is who this person is, this is what they specialize in, this is who they help, this is what they offer, and here are the reasons they're credible. Think of it like this. Imagine sending a new client a beautifully written proposal, lovely language, great story and compelling. Now imagine instead giving that client a clear structured briefing document, name, speciality, credentials, services, outcomes, everything in the right place and clearly labelled. Which one is easier for someone to quickly understand and act upon? Now, AI works in the same way. It can read your beautiful website copy, but what it really trusts is structured, clearly labelled entity data. When that exists, AI can confidently say, I know who this person is, what they do, and why they're credible. When it doesn't exist, it either says something vague or it doesn't mention you at all. And that's why ChatGPT knew so much about my business after 2 months of silence. Not because I've been in there feeding it information, but because the structured data on my website was doing that work for me, quietly in the background every time an AI crawled that site. And they are doing it so frequently now you would not believe. Now I know some of you are going to be thinking, I already have an SEO plugin for my website, doesn't that handle it? Well, the short answer is no, and I don't say that to be harsh about those tools because they do a genuinely good job of what they're designed to do. But most SEO plugins add what I'd like to call cosmetic structure and schema. They do star ratings, FAQ drop-downs, product prices. That kind of markup is great for Google search results and local business, but it tells AI almost nothing about you as a credible expert. It doesn't describe your specialisms, it doesn't communicate your credentials, it doesn't talk about your courses or your memberships or your services, and it doesn't tell AI who you help or the outcomes that you deliver. Business entity schema, the kind that makes AI confident enough to recommend you by name, is a completely different layer, and most plugins simply don't touch it. And here's why this matters right now. Your clients, they're already using ChatGPT, Claude and Gemini to find recommendations for almost everything they're doing in life now. Not in the future, but right now. And AI platforms are forming their picture of who is credible and who are the experts in every single niche based on the structured data that exists today. The coaches and consultants who get the infrastructure in place now will be the ones that AI recommends consistently over the next few years, and the ones who wait will find that gap harder to close. Now, I'm not saying that to create panic. Panic's not my style. I'm saying it because I've spent 30 years in software watching this pattern repeat. The businesses that move early on infrastructure shifts like this always have an advantage that compounds over time. You don't need to be technical to do this, and you don't need to understand what AI is looking for. You don't need to be technical to do this, you just need to understand what AI is looking for and make sure it's there. In the next video in this series, I'm going to show you why this shift is bigger than most people realise, and why the usual SEO advice your business has been following may actually be working against your AI visibility right now. Because the way AI finds and recommends businesses is fundamentally different from how Google has been ranking websites until now. And if you've been optimizing for one, you may have inadvertently been ignoring the other. And if you want to get started right now, I've put together a free resource for you. It's called the AI Visibility for Your Lead Magnet, and it generates the exact schema that your lead magnet, whether that's your digital download, your PDF, your mini course, whatever that page needs to be understood by AI. No technical knowledge required. Take you about 5 minutes, and the link is in the description below, but you can grab it at structuredaf.com/free, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.